Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is going on? My name is M1K3 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about how to drastically improve your awareness in Fortnite. Before we get into that, around 39% of you guys watching are not subscribed. So if you have been enjoying the daily uploads, consider subscribing. Now, let's get into today's episode. Starting this video off, I want to go over how to improve awareness when rotating, because we've all been in a situation where we need to rotate to a zone. We've looked around, made sure nobody can kill us, then we decide to rotate, and then all of a sudden we've lost 100 HP from someone we didn't have awareness over. So the question is, how do you improve that situational awareness? How do you get so good awareness that you don't get beamed when you rotate? You want to start off by having a mental checklist. What you want to do is firstly look in front of you, look at the possibility of you getting shot at or lobby focused. This is if there's multiple boxes in front of you. If there's not, you're good to go. Then you want to check to your right and then to your left. The left side often tends to be a bit easier to get beamed from compared to the right side. Then lastly, you want to look behind you. This is by far the most important thing you want to keep in your mental checklist, because doing a 180 to place walls and protect yourself takes way longer compared to if you get shot from in front of you or to your sides, where you simply just have to do a 90-degree turn. After you've checked behind you, you're good to rotate. The checklist goes as follows. Look in front of you, to the right, left, and then most importantly, behind you. Okay, so now you're on your way to rotate into the circle. This is where having good awareness really comes into play. So a lot of Fortnite players think that you must be so good at rotating that you shouldn't have to build walls. And even though some players are at that level of smartness, this is rarely possible, especially in high elo lobbies. So what I need to talk about is being a proactive player. What this means is that you respond to a potential threat before the bad thing happens. In this case, you getting beamed. So if you see someone close to you when rotating, as a proactive player, you will place a few wooden walls before they even think about shooting at you. A bad player, on the other hand, would gamble with whether or not the team rotating next to them will shoot at them. I've said this in a few of my previous videos, but Fortnite is all about risk management. And it's always better to waste a few hundred mats and limit RNG heavily compared to playing based off whether you get lucky or not. In short, when rotating, place pre-protective walls from people that can shoot at you. Be a proactive player instead of a reactive player. Or in other words, people who only act in response to a situation rather than controlling the situation. Moving on, I need to talk about turning on visual sound effects. Visual sound effects right now come at no cost of your normal audio in comparison to previous seasons. What this means is that there really is no negative side to using visual sound effects anymore, other than it looks a little bit ugly. But if you want to become good competitively speaking and lack a bit in the awareness department, I highly recommend turning on visual sound effects. Next up, I want to talk about understanding the difference between good awareness and impossible awareness. Okay, this sounds complicated, and it is, so let me explain. If you, fundamentally speaking, in Fortnite, rotate too late, or in other words, rotate at the same time as, let's say, 10 other teams, and you find yourself getting beamed, then the problem might, or probably isn't, your awareness. The problem is your fundamental game and your timing. Because having awareness over 20 people at the same time is something not even the very best players in the world can have. So ask yourself right now, do I have bad awareness? Or am I just very unstructured? If you guys want to achieve a perfect fundamental game, then consider checking out my 3 episodes on how to play all 9 zones in Fortnite, where I, in episode 1, go over zones 1 to 3, in episode 2, go over zones 4 to 6, and in episode 3, go over zones 7 to 9. I can guarantee that if you watch those videos and implement the things I say in those videos, you will find yourself getting beamed way less. So consider checking him out. Okay, so next up, I want to talk about something that will help your awareness in different individual games. And that is the fact that our opponent gives us different opportunities. And this is, of course, something that is different in every game you play, and something you must understand if you want to achieve great things in competitive. So what exactly do I mean by this? Let's say someone near you all of a sudden starts getting lobby focused. This means that the main focus of the players nearby will be tunnel visioned on the potential opportunity for a kill. This gives us, as players with good awareness, the knowledge that our chance of getting shot at whilst rotating is heavily limited. This gives us the green light to rotate and 99% of the time safely get into the new zone. Having good awareness in competitive play very often come down to not letting golden opportunities like this go, and acting on the opportunities you're given without hesitation. Okay, so getting into the last 2 minutes of today's video, I want to make one thing very clear. And this is something every competitive player must understand. And that is putting themselves in good positions where they can get good awareness and a good understanding of how the lobby is spaced up. To help improve your awareness, you of course also have to understand the concept of the dead side in different individual lobbies. This will make your task of having good awareness 10 times as easy compared to if you play on the con side. Because if you put the player with the best awareness in the world next to 25 teams boxed up on edge, even he will have a hard time rotating into the next circle when it pops, because it's a near impossible task. So to conclude today's video, in order to get better awareness, you first and foremost want to have a mental checklist. Start by looking in front of you, then to the right, left, and most importantly, behind you. You always want to look behind you last, as that is the easiest place to get beamed from for a lot of damage. When you are on your way rotating, be proactive. Pre-place walls if someone is close to you. Do not be reactive. This is very important, and as I always say, using 100 mats to limit your RNG is the best investment you'll make in a game of Fortnite. If you feel as though your awareness is something you just can't get better at, then I would highly recommend turning on visual sound effects. Yes, it looks a bit ugly, but the benefit is unarguably there. Moving on, you gotta understand the difference between good awareness and impossible awareness. If there's 25 teams around you, you can't have awareness over all of them. And if you die, the mistake probably wasn't your bad awareness, but rather all of the decisions you made that led you into being on the most contested side of the zone. In other words, you played your early and mid game wrong. And then lastly, to wrap it all up, you must understand that our opponents give us different opportunities in every game we play. And a player with good awareness will recognize and act on the opportunity he is given. Guys, that is my video on how to improve and get better awareness in Fortnite. I really hope some of the things I said can have a positive impact on your game. And other than that, please go on to have an amazing night. My name is M1K3 Editz. Stay safe and take care.